Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. Today I bring great news for you guys. Nintendo Switch emulation on Android is still alive. With the help of Sudachi Nintendo Switch emulator, recently the developer has started releasing regular updates of this emulator with new changes, new optimization and bug fixes. In today's video we'll be taking a look at its brand new update which was released just few hours ago, and we'll be setting it up including gameplay test and much more. But before starting, if you guys are new here, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification as I keep you guys up to date with all the latest emulation news. With that being said, let's take a look at this brand new update of Sudachi emulator. So right here on the official Sudachi emulator GitHub page, you'll be able to see that the developer is working actively. The last commit was made about 36 minutes as of filming this video. Nonetheless, Sudachi emulator for Android version 1.0.2 has been released. As you guys can see, it was released 16 hours ago, but the Android build of this version was released just few hours ago. As you guys can see, full changelog has been given by the developer. Basically, he has done some audio fixes. Along with that, last playtime has been added including total times played. He has also attached some screenshots of what this feature will mean. It will show you the last playtime as well as the total times you have played a game. So there are new features that have been added. There was also the 1.0.1 update of Sudachi emulator which was released 3 days ago. You will be able to see that Paper Mario support has been added. System settings were changed. You can read the full changelog on its official GitHub page. So the latest Paper Mario 1000 Year Door game has now been supported. Previously it used to show a black screen, whereas now the graphical output is present. Nonetheless, let's start testing this emulator out directly. As you guys will be able to see, I have the latest build of Sudachi emulator, but I want to give a disclaimer that you might face app not installed issue. You will need to uninstall the previous build of Sudachi emulator. So Sudachi emulator version 1.0.1 or above can be updated directly, whereas if you use any previous builds of Sudachi emulator, you'll need to uninstall them first and then set up the brand new version of Sudachi emulator. But the developer has yet to work on the branding. It still uses Yuzu early access branding, which is a bit complicated, and I do hope that the developer works on the branding of Sudachi emulator. It would be pretty unique if we can get a brand new home screen, brand new logo, etc. Nonetheless, if we just go ahead and go to settings and GPU driver manager, you might know that Mesa Turnip Adreno driver revision 19 preview build was released just few days ago, and this is really amazing graphics driver. You should definitely check it out if you have an Snapdragon processor Android device. As for Mali GPU support on the Sudachi emulator is still just like before, no optimizations in those terms. Anyways, let's just go ahead and go to system. Make sure the limit speed percent is set to 400. In terms of graphics, resolution is 0.75x, accuracy is normal, VSync has been turned on, FSR sharpness is 25%. As usual, disk shader cache, force maximum clocks and asynchronous shaders have been enabled. And in terms of debug settings, API is Vulkan and CPU backend is NCE. In terms of audio, output engine is set to auto. So yeah guys, those are the best settings for the Sudachi Nintendo Switch emulator Android. Now if you just go ahead and check out some of the features that has been added, unfortunately I believe that it is only added for the PC version of Sudachi emulator. Now let's find out how well do Nintendo Switch games work on the Sudachi emulator's latest update. We'll be testing out Mortal Kombat 1 as our first game. This is very demanding game. It is high graphics, as you all know. Yuzu emulator used to have a lot of lagging issues, and you can notice that I have enabled thermal indicator option from the overlay option. So you can swipe back, go to overlay option, enable thermal indicator to see if your device is getting hot or not. And this game might take few seconds to launch, but there we go, it has successfully started. Let me just go ahead and swipe back, go to global settings and into system. As I mentioned before, you can disable limit speed percentage option if you want to get more than 60 fps. As you guys can see, now we are getting almost 61-62 fps, so that's pretty great. But do note that if you disable limit speed percentage option, you can get some freezing or crashing issues. Nonetheless, Mortal Kombat 1 has successfully started, and now you will notice that there are no graphical issues whatsoever, or if there were any, then it will probably be very minimal. Let's start a versus match. Now as you know, Suyu and Sudachi emulators Discord servers were taken down, and yet the development is going on, so we can hope for the best in future. Let's just go ahead and start Scorpion versus Sub-Zero match. Let's set the CPU difficulty to easy and select a random arena. But one thing which I'll tell you guys is the fact that you should use Turnip driver or a custom graphics driver so that the graphical issues are minimized. If not, then you might face more graphical issues than what you are seeing right now. And if you want to play Mortal Kombat 1 on Sudachi emulator, you need really high-end Android device. Nonetheless, you guys can see the graphics are pretty amazing. I'll just go ahead and tap on the plus button, and then the match should successfully start. Okay, there are some stuttering issues as you guys just saw, but Once the shaders are compiled, the game should be all good to go, and sometimes you will notice the FPS exceeding 40 or even 50. There we go, the fight has begun, and just take a look at how smooth we are able to emulate Mortal Kombat 1 on our Android device. And whenever there is an highly graphical intensive move, you will notice that the FPS may drop a little bit, and you will also be able to see the thermal indicator at the top right side. It is showing me that the device is getting hot. Well, that is always expected. Nonetheless, Sudachi emulator is pretty stable, and I definitely do recommend it to you guys if you want to give it a try. Newest games are also supported. So guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.